Are you struggling with tennis elbow? It can be a tough one. If so, come on over with me. Hi guys, this is Taylor. We're back with another episode of Court and Clinic, and today we'll be talking about 5 things that you can do or change with your tennis gear in order to reduce arm pain, whether it be shoulder or elbow pain. The first suggestion that I have is you got to use a softer string when you're dealing with tennis elbow. So the number one thing that I recommend going to is a gut string. I know it's expensive, it's very soft, it breaks easily. You know, when you're dealing with tennis elbow, especially at first, you really just got to get a softer string. It'll be a lot better on your arm. Honestly, save you money in the long run. Now, the next part of tennis elbow to look at is the flexibility of the racket. So you can come here to the triangle of the racket. You can look for the RA rating, and that's basically looking at how flexible or stiff the racket is. It varies person to person. Generally, you want to keep that number under 62. The next one to look at is having a lighter racket. I know some people recommend having a heavier racket. I really think lighter is the way to go. If you take it to the extreme, for you people out there with tennis elbow, imagine swinging a battle axe. Not going to feel so good with tennis elbow. So what you want to do, again, you can come to the triangle of the racket, look for the unstrung weight, and again, it varies person to person, but maybe you want to be at 300 grams or below. If I get any pushback in this video, it's certainly going to be because of this suggestion. The fourth is to use a smaller grip. Now, I hear people recommend having a bigger grip for tennis elbow. Honestly, doesn't make any sense to me. So the 2 arguments that I've heard for having a bigger grip, one, a smaller grip will lead you to compress more. And then I've also heard that a smaller grip will make it so that you use your wrist more. The second, I can understand that one a bit more, although I don't think that wrist movement in itself is necessarily a big stressor for tendons. We tend to see tendons as being irritated more with repeated contractions rather than like tensile stretching. The first argument where you're gripping down more will cause you to grip harder, that makes 0 sense to me. That's for anyone who's had mouth pain, it's like saying you should eat something that causes you to open your mouth really wide so that when you bite down, you're not biting down as hard. Anyone who's had TMD issues knows you don't open your mouth wide. Same thing with the grip. The more you have to bring your fingers out like that, you're going to activate the wrist extensors more, thus creating more stress on the area. My last piece of advice is to use a brace when you're playing tennis. There's a heck of a lot of varying opinions with braces and what they can or can't provide for you. Honestly, at the very least, a brace is modifying a pain signal, which means you're going to use your arm properly as you play. I would recommend it. I'll put my favorite brace in the show note caption so you can see. Just so you know, I'm not being paid by them. I just like their products.